Finally, there is someone from Mount Kenya, a Gen Z, who has come out, who was just bold enough to come out and call Gachagua for what he has been doing, for the things that he has been propagating and the kind of politics he has been trying to advance. This politics of tribalism, this politics of trying to position himself like it is us against them or it is them against us. Finally, there is someone who has come out to call Gachagua. And for me, I've had that problem. I've had issues with Gachagua for a long time because of that. Because Gachagua is coming out to be nothing more than a tribal leader. He's not portraying himself like a national leader. He's not portraying himself like someone who can able to rule this country beyond Mount Kenya. And I've always had a problem with that. But before I go into the details, if you're coming here for the first time, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so. Na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the trans subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So as I was saying, that finally there is someone who has come out to call Gachagua for what it is and what he has been doing. Gachagua has been pushing a lot of Mount Kenya politics, trying to say all manner of things that they are against us, they are doing this, they don't want us to go here, they don't want us to move, they don't want us to progress, and so many other things. And for me, I had a problem with that, because you cannot be someone who you want to be the president of this country or you want to take this country somewhere, and all you do is you just speak your language. Even when you're in America, you're just speaking your language. You know, Gachagua is in the States, and he went there to try and mobilize and get support. But what has shocked Kenyans is that at the end of the day, he has ended up there. But what he's doing, he's just trying to consolidate and meet people from Mount Kenya. Just that is what he has been doing. Even when, even in those meetings, you can see people speaking Kikuyu. People say that I'm from Murang'a, I'm from where, and from where. So for me, it does not sit well with me, because when you go outside there, you are meeting Kenyans from all walks of life. So why would you feel like you still want to push the Mount Kenya narrative even outside the country? It doesn't look good on you as a leader. But anyway, I want you to listen to what this young person said, these two guys, and the question he was asked, and how he tried to respond, and then we'll come back and then we'll do a deep analysis into it. So watch this.
Mheshimiwa, we are here to tell you the truth. And if we don't tell you the truth as Gen Zs, we are doomed to fail, and Kasongo will be back in power. And that is the truth. We have many questions, but because of time, I won't address the questions. I'll just stick to the point. You need, Mheshimiwa, to start positioning yourself as a national leader, not as a tribal leader. And I know many people won't like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. The first mistake that has been done in this event is speaking Kikuyu. And me, I'm from Madera, Karandi, so not everyone knows Kikuyu, but I know a little bit. And unless that is addressed, then all this will be for nothing. Because the moment we position ourselves as Kikuyu, another tribe also positions themselves as a certain tribe. And before we know it, we are back to the same problem. I watched a speech about you in Boston, and the speech was a good speech, but there's something you said that Kikuyus are more hardworking. I'm paraphrasing, we've grown the country. But we have done that because we are a beneficiary of the system of Jomo Kenyatta. We cannot say that there are other people from other tribes who are not hardworking. They are. It's just like the whites here. We have that sense of entitlement as Kikuyus, and it has to stop. And if I don't say that, I will not be telling Mheshimiwa the truth. We want Kasongo to go, but we have to say the truth. And what else? Right now I can't think of any other thing because we are still waiting for the program, but thank you so much.
You've mentioned Kalonzo, Wamalwa, Matakarua, and all the other people who are running. But in one way or another, each of them have had backroom deals in the past to more or less further their own agendas. So as the young adults who are thinking at 2027, we don't want a repeat and a recycling of the same tyrants who've been up and up again. What do you tell us? If you yourself have said you were the one who gave Ruto the votes to win back then, right? You're the one who gave him Mount Kenya. So why should we, as the young adults getting into 2027, trust you to lead us again to another election when you say, what's the word for it? The lineup of 2027 will not be announced until the end, so it's not affected by Ruto. Why should we then close to the election in 2027, trust your judgment when back then it's given us Ruto right now. So why should we trust you in 2027 when we are where we are right now?
That's a good question. I have said about the people who have declared, the field is open. We are waiting for people to come up, including the young people. Unfortunately, the few who had come up initially were compromised by Kasongo. So you have seen them. Those young ones. One is with Raila, the other one is with Kasongo. So as we go on, the people of Kenya will choose among those who come up. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with the new blood. But the new blood must offer themselves for leadership. You know, the young people are saying, we want young blood. I'm asking the young people, let them come up and come and sell themselves to the people of Kenya. Number two, why should you trust me? It's true, I made an error judgment. In my community, they say, making a mistake is not bad. What is unacceptable is repeating the same mistake. Did I make sense?
So what I'm wondering is, if we Gen Zs don't understand the mountain narrative, how are you going to engage us and find a way to position yourself or position these politics beyond one term and beyond the defense of Mulima? And by the way, I'm not embarrassed to be Kikuyu. I'm from Kirinyaga and Nyeri. You know, you can't get Kikuyu than that. You know, I'm very Kikuyu, but we have, you know, but that's just the truth. How are you going to convince us? Because, you know, I'm trying to explain to you the way we see it, right? There is that pride, yes, you know, of being a Kikuyu. You know, but there's also a people who don't see that. And we as Gen Zs are saying we are tribeless and we are fearless. And the politics being done now is the way it was done 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you know. And that is what is really scaring us, because if we divide ourselves, if you say you're coming to the defense of Mulima, then there's someone in, I don't know, Rift Valley or Western who will also say they are going to that defense. And then there will be another group, I don't know, in, where? Coast, yeah, we are going to that defense. And then now, there will be a vacuum gap, and then Ruto will become president.
I feel you. And the Gen Zs will help us deal with that nonsense. Because they are tribeless, and they are fearless, and they want change. And nobody can intimidate them or coerce them.
Yes, you can listen to what Gachagua has said, and the question he has been asked and how he has responded. The truth of the matter is that Gachagua should try and now embrace a different style of politics. This politics of tribe is no longer going to help him anymore. Of course, he might just push he must try to push his narrative, but it will not go beyond Mount Kenya, because people are irritated. The truth of the matter is that people are irritated. As much as people love him for the things he's saying, because he's saying some truth and he's calling Ruto for what it is, for who he is, which is a good thing. But now when it comes to the grand scheme of things, he doesn't appear good when he keeps on pushing that tribal narrative. When he keeps on telling people that, oh, sijui Mount Kenya this, nyinyi sijui get together, wale pia washikane, kila mtu ashikane. It doesn't look good. And then tukuje tukae kwa meza. You are pushing a tribal narrative, because you want to tell me that if everyone is speaking about tribe, and the way that lady has talked about that, nyinyi mkikusanyika, wale pia wakusanyike, kila mtu akusanyike, then at the end of the day we just have tribal outfit. We don't have a country. We have a country, we just have tribes. And you tell me about those tribes that are the minority, sorry. How watakusanyika lini? When will their interests ever be advanced? If all we speak about is the interest of, oh, sijui Mount Kenya, oh, sijui Waluya washikane, oh, sijui Wamasai washikane, oh, sijui Wajaluo wafanye nini? When will those tribes, the Mijikenda, the people who are small, the El Chamus in this country, when will they ever have a voice? Who will speak on their behalf? Who will come on their table on their behalf? Because they are the minority. No. Because if this government, Gachagua, wants to put the idea of, oh, ni shares, oh, shares against these shares, oh, nyinyi mko wengi so you deserve more seats, oh, nyinyi mko wachache sijui you don't deserve. When will those communities, like the Turkana, like the El Chamus, like even, when will they ever have a seat at the table? When? That is the question. So we need to stop this tribal narrative. That is where I disagree with Gachagua kabisa. And that is why I've always said it on this platform. Gachagua is not my favorite candidate. I might like him in terms of how he keeps on telling us the things that Ruto is doing and the way he attacks Ruto, because we need Ruto, we need someone like him. Ruto needs someone like Gachagua to keep him in check. But the truth of the matter is, Gachagua is not a leader. Gachagua is just someone who is a tribal outfit. He's not a leader. So even the people from Mount Kenya, if you are thinking that Gachagua can push your interest, he will only push your interest, yes. But he will push you. Like, after why you are pushed to a point whereby you people will stand out even when it comes out mukitoka hapa nje, because it is making you people look bad. It's making you people like look like everything in this country should be about Mount Kenya. Everything in this country should be about Kikuyus. That once Kikuyus and Mount Kenya get, then everything else should be okay. And once if they don't get anything, then everything else is not okay. Because the truth of the matter is, even if you look at the cabinet, we have so many people from Mount Kenya who are in that cabinet. So Ruto has not really entirely abandoned Mount Kenya when it comes to even giving positions to Nini. The truth of the only thing that Ruto is doing is that Ruto has not fulfilled his promises. And the way Ruto is ruling as at now, it is not what Kenyans really expected. So that is what is wrong. But when it comes to now, sijui amerusha watu wetu, sijui amesahau watu wetu na nini na nini, Gachagua is just trying to push his political agenda and his political interest. So the people of Mount Kenya should also try and call him out for that and tell him that, man, we have listened to you, we understand your pain, we understand your struggle, but at the end of the day, you must understand that this country has to be ruled like as one nation. You cannot just come and keep on pushing this tribal narrative all the time, that it is us, it is us, it is us, sisi tu hatujafanyiwa, sisi hatujafanya nini, sisi hatujafanya nini. That is not how it should work. Even Raila knows himself, even Raila himself knows that he's a Luo kingpin. He knows that Luos are behind him. But you'll never see Raila go outside there and keep on telling people that, unajua, mimi Wajaluo, sijui mimi ni kiongozi wa Jaluo, huwezi ingia Nyanza kama hujapita. Raila doesn't say those things. You will just see it. Wewe mwenyewe ukienda tu Nyanza utajua tu, utaambiwa tu hii, utaona tu ni stronghold ya Raila. Raila doesn't need to speak. Raila doesn't need to say anything. Raila doesn't need to keep on reminding people that, oh, sijui Luos should have this, Luos sijui should have this. That is what a leader does. Of course, a leader must have a place where he's coming from, a foundation of his leadership, a basis, a fan base that is his core support. But at the end of the day, that is not a narrative that you should keep on using to go when you go outside there. It doesn't look good on you as a leader. So I'm happy that this Gen Z called him out, and the people of Mount Kenya should also try and start calling him out, because he's making you people look bad. He's making you people like you people, it's about you and it's never about all the other Kenyans. So you need to watch out on that. Anyway, guys, what do you think about that statement that was made by that lady and that guy? I feel like it is about time we start telling Gachagua the truth. Share me what you think in the comment section, but above it all, remain respectful, do not insult anyone. Thank you, until next time, bye-bye.
Africa.